And welcome everybody to another episode of Wrong Side Simulations, bringing the best content from the wrong side of the airplane, the right seat. And as always, my name is Blake and I'm a real world flight dispatcher, and today we're going to be taking this standard British Airways airplane over to Toulouse, France for a little bit of a royal painting, a little makeover. We're going to get a new livery painted on this thing and then repo it back over here to London Heathrow. Hey, booty. You can lay down. Lay down. There you go. Good girl. That visit went good. She's got her injection. Hopefully it will bring her a little more comfort and strengthen the bone during this case of bone cancer. Obviously it can weaken the bone, so hoping that it'll keep the bone strong and make her feel a little bit better. Fingers crossed. But anyways, as always, first things first, huge shout out to all of the channel members, and that's going to be Chase Sawyer, Owls, Dustin, D-Champ, Zoopy Zapple, FO Pilot Depth, Callie Simmer, Andy Ivy, Jay Foot, Jay Queen, Josh Supals, AJJ Marco, Zach Hamilton, Captain Shack, Image Seeker, West Person, Captain McGee, Pilot Porter, Plain Nuts, Ron FX, Morgus, Will H, Captain Zip, Skyfall, Dale Aviator, Lightspeed, and JR3000. Huge shout out to all those guys. Thank y'all so much, as always, for the continued support. Y'all are the fucking dopest of the dope. Now over to the chat. Got Callie Simmer in the house. Good morning to you, Callie Simmer. Hope you're doing well. Hope your toothache has gone away. Can I get a toothache status update, please? Joe Hatch is in the house as well. Great to see you, dude. Welcome aboard. Zach Hamilton, my man. What's up, dude? Duchamp's in the house. Wes Person also up in here. Great to see everybody. Hope y'all are having a wonderful, what's today? Thursday, the 22nd. Oh, shit. Obdilio, my friend. Welcome to the Wrong Side Cattle Class. Thank you so much for the support, my friend. Always great to have you in the chat. Always great to see you. And, I guess who's back? Back again. Obdilio's back. Tell a friend. That's awesome. Let me turn this sticker thing off. I never realized how big and how much room these took up. I think that one's gone as well. Sweet. Alright. So as y'all can see, we did bring back the secondary camera. We'll get that on as we get ready to push out. We are going to be on VATSIM, as we all know, when it comes to me and Euro Control VATSIM. Lord help me. But that's going to be today's plan. Coño! What's up, man? Good afternoon, Jim. Hope you're doing well. Shocked we're not on the ranch. Yeah, dude, that is on my radar. Me and AJJ were talking about that yesterday. He sent it to me as well. And once the 319 and 321 get old, we'll probably be flying at the ranch. Doing much better. Good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Don't need you gumming your food for the rest of your life, you know. Hey, there you go. Ponce Orlando option 319. Hell yeah. What airline are you flying? All right, here comes the jet bridge. That means it is time to get our asses on board and get on the airplane and get the show on the road. We got 34 minutes till we got to be out of the gate. We are connected to VATSIM, and I'm going to kill live traffic also so we can keep some frame rates. There we go. Open that door open, please. Thank you much. Alrighty. Cruise supply, ground control, CVR test, get that down. ADIRS 1, 2, and 3. Over to status. That's already on. No smoking to auto, on emergency lights. No idea what the temperature is, so we'll just do a little bit of that until we know. Those can stay off. AP fire test. Yeah, frame rates are tough at this big ass airport. So I'm just going to do it that way instead of looking down. Sweet. Flight directors are on. Let's get those constraints and VORs on. Nice. All right. So we are British Airways Flight 374, operating on the 22nd of August out of London Heathrow, due to be out at 17:45. And we are flying A319 to Toulouse, France, due to be on at 1932 Zulu. Release ID 1. No MELs, no CDLs, no dispatch remarks. 511 miles, tailwind of 24 knots. CI 24, flight level 350. Pretty light on the weights. Weights look good. Off 27 right, on 32 left. 1 hour, 16 minutes from wheels up to wheels down with no alternate. RMF of 6.4. Here's our route today. I'm gonna call it the Maxi Pad 1 Foxtrot to Maxit Yankee 803, and etc. 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 See what was the time when we get there? 1932. And we got good weather at our destination. A little nasty here in London, but not a problem. Alright, Atsu. AOC menu. A lot of nits. And there's actually something else I want to try. Downloads. So this is some new program on flightsim.to. It's like some sort of ACARS client. It uses Hoppy ACARS, and it will send you stuff like rocket launches, OOE times. I really want the OOE times. Out, off, on, in times. Mo Aviator, what's going on, my friend? Welcome aboard, dude. Hope you're getting some good feedback in the Discord on that questions you had. This shit's taking forever. Let's see if I can find it to show you guys. It's quite interesting. It was trending last night. Community favorites right now. Well, shit. Alright, this thing. So, Real Cars is an add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator that enhances realism by enabling the reception of various messages via Hoppy. Users receive pertinent information such as load sheets, takeoff, landing reports, notifications about nearby rocket launches and natural disasters. Add-on is currently in open beta, supporting multiple aircraft. The aircraft that it includes is the Fenix 320, hopefully the whole family, fly-by-wire 320, PMDG 777, 787, MD-11, and Leonardo MD-80. Oh, fuck you. Well, I guess you must restart your computer to get. Oh, I'm not wanting to do that. We'll try that out some other time. Yes, get out of here. Oh well, we tried. Okay. Data IRS monitor. We are aligning GPS monitor. Reference point. North 5128, perfect, and then west 00027, 29. That's good. Data, AC status, up to date. We'll initialize. Alright, we are British Airways Speedbird, 374. Cost index 24. Cruise altitude is 350. Temperatures minus 47. Ground temps 19 degrees. Triple pause 45.6. Alright, out of Heathrow, departure, off of 27 right, on the maxi pad, 1 Foxtrot, insert that, Toulouse, arrival, 32 left, and then we're going to be on Narek 7 India. Approach Vias. I see. Conventional initial? No, not like that. I don't know where these approach vias are, but we're going to know via it. Insert. Look for any discontinuities. That one there, we're going to leave that one. Secondary flight plan. Init. EGLL. Back to EGLL. Flight number. British Airways 374. Cost index 24. 350 minus 47. 19 and 45.6. Alright, departing off of what was again 27 right, so we're going to come back to 27 left if we lose an engine. Okay. Alright, so weather's currently 220 at 13. Temperatures 19, 10.05. Minimums 277. That's good. Net, wind, net V. So fuel weight's 1, should be 118. Yeah, we'll call it 118. A CG of 30.1. Block fuel plans 13.9. We got 13.9 on board. Taxi fuel got 700 pounds. You never know over here in the UK. Nothing in the route reserve, no alternate, and then we have 45 minutes of extra gas. Or I'm sorry, 45-minute reserve here in the UK. Would be 30 minutes. For my OFP planning purposes, we're going to go with 45 minutes. Alright, prog page. EGLL 27 left. That looks good. Over to perf. 7 right. Let's call it wets. Flap config. Optimal force toga. No. Any ice off. Packs on. Calculate that. 3 up 0.2. Looks good. Send it. No, I do not want flaps 3 actually. Let's go flaps 2. Right on the SID. Let's see what this says. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet. That's in the McDo. When instructed, contact London Control after takeoff. Report. I have no idea what CS means. SID designator, current altitude, and initial cleared altitude. SIDs include noise. 250 below 10,000 unless otherwise. Straight ahead, intercept London radial 255 to DME 5.0 off of London. Turn left, intercept 161 bearing from. Okay.
Houston traffic, easy 703 time departing runway 25 at Alpha. Houston traffic.
Not, due to interaction with other routes, do not climb above 6,000 until cleared by TC. So we'll do that. Alright, EGLL North Approach 1973.
Climb your discretion on Unicorn 1228, goodbye.
Climb on discretion, Unicorn 1228, Cannon 4 and Juliet, bye.
Kenya 100, continue by Echo, hold Echo 1.
Continue at Echo, hold Echo 1, Kenya 100.
Spirit 42, Quebec, continue Alpha to hold Lehman.
Continue Alpha to hold at Lehman. Speedbird 42 Quebec.
Heathrow 30, Shuttle 2, Quebec, 246.
Stand 502, request mission start.
Shuttle 12, Quebec, stand 501, mission start approved, face west.
Start approved, face west, Shuttle 12 Quebec.
What if that's him down there?
In fact, just, yeah, you know what, disregard. Spirit 246, hold position or crew back.
Hold, Speedbird 246.
Heathrow approach, left 44 is inbound. We are leaving Westcott for Bombington and Bombington to 7,000 metric football.
Neptune 44, director, hello, stop descent at flight level 9 and 0.
Roger, clear, stopping at flight level 90 metric football.
Speedbird 850, Tango, passing 3,600.
Spirit 850, Tango, climb now, flight level 80.
And that's not 850,
Shuttle 13 Charlie, turn left heading 240
Alright,
degrees.
departure runway 27 left, transition
cleared
level
I left
7.
27 right.
Descend 3000, turn left heading 240, clear for ILS 27 right, schedule 13 Charlie.
Scanhaven 431, the wind 220 degrees, 14 knots, gusting 25 knots, 27 right, clear to land.
Wind copy, clear, 27 right, Scanhaven 431.
Driving, don't care about that.
Is the director Seabird 600 speed stand 511, Foxtrot Department.
Spirit 6 November Whiskey, hello, cleared Palmer, Max 61 Golf departure, squawk 7506.
Now they got closed taxiways in this bitch and everything.
7506,
Scandinavian 810, the wind 220 degrees, 13 knots, 27 left, clear takeoff.
Clear takeoff 27 left, Scanning 810.
Spirit 396 uniform by November Bravo 3, line up and wait, 27 left.
Line up and Bravo 3, line up and wait.
Portugal 1350, landing 27 right, descend to altitude 3000 feet, QNH 1005.
QNH 1005, sending 3000 feet, expecting to descend right at Portugal 1350.
Neptune 44, turn right, heading 160 degrees.
Right, with the fuel, Neptune 44.
Heathrow approach, Speedbird 374, stand 519. Information Foxtrot looking for IFR to Toulouse.
Said 374, hello, clear to Toulouse, Max 1 Golf departure, squawk 6010.
We're cleared on the Max 1 Golf departure and squawk 6010 for Speedbird 374.
Correct. Kenya 100, second left on Alpha.
Correct.
Hold at November 5 Whiskey, hold short, runway 27 left.
Hold short, second left, hold short, November 5 Whiskey, Kenya 100.
Speed 396 uniform for wind 220.
Alright, so
27 left, clear takeoff.
for you guys that actually fly in this side of the world, for these SIDs,
7 Lima Papa, hold November Bravo 3, report ready.
like this one here, he's got me on the Golf, so I gotta find that one. But
7 Lima Papa by November Bravo 3, line up and wait, runway 27 left.
this says 1 Fox, so I guess he's got me on the 1 Golf, which is the same procedure.
1350, turn left, left turn, heading 295.
So that's going to be departing off 27 left.
David 850, Tango climb, flight level 150.
Flight level 150, speedway 75.
Neptune 44, descend flight level 80.
Go down flight level 0 next.
Shuttle 13 Charlie, but wind 220 degrees, 14 knots, gusting 25. Runway 27 right, clear to land.
27 right, clear to land, shuttle 13 Charlie.
Scandinavian 431, left on Alpha, hold short at Kilo.
Left Alpha, hold short Kilo, Scandinavian 431.
If approach, good evening, Seaward 2244 uniform, with you, flight level 110.
Oh, fucking hell. Anyways, alright, so
224 uniform, hello. Descend flight level 80, the information is Foxtrot.
on these SIDs, it's not like the States where it'll specifically say top altitude on the SID is this altitude.
Neptune 44, turn left, heading 090 degrees.
It doesn't say that on these charts. The only thing that I can really derive off of is you got a top of climb here, and then it also mentions it here on both. Actually, where was that? But it said do not, yeah. Due to interaction with other routes, do not climb above 6,000 until cleared by ATC. So that to me sounds like top of altitude, but would y'all agree if any of y'all know this stuff?
2 stations to 1. So,
hello?
6 November Whiskey, confirmed for push. Okay, so 6 November Whiskey, stand 511, push and start approved face south.
Approved face south, we got 6 November Whiskey.
Scandinavian 431, right on Kilo, park on stand 217.
Right, Kilo, stand 217, thank you, Scandinavian 431.
Alright.
Shuttle 1 to Quebec for taxi.
Shuttle 1 to Quebec, taxi.
Really got great feedback, really going to pursue a career as ADX. But which airline do you think is best working for Spirit or Delta? There's it depends on a lot of things. If you're just looking for pay, Delta. But if you're looking for like work environment with like cool folks around you that are going to be down to help you out, like a very dispatch resource management environment, Spirit, it just depends. Honestly, in the beginning you can't be choosy, you got to get some experience and then move your way up. Kills for skills, what's going on, dude? Great to see you, man. It has been a while. Hope you're doing well. Porter, what's up, dude? Hope your flights go well. I'm about to recreate all my flights to and from the lease today. At least start them. Hell yeah, there you go, dude. All's good, man. Until I start this shit, then I'm gonna probably fuck it up.
Neptune 44, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1005.
Gotta start flying in Europe. Been flying way too much in the U.S. Yeah, so U.S. is my comfort zone. We need a maxi pad emoji. Yeah, especially fly out of here a lot. Alright, cockpit prep. Maintenance log and tails on board check. Ear pins covers are removed. Seatbelt signs are on. Aiders are nav. Fuel. We need 13.9. We got 13.9 on board. Altimeter's 10.0 or 1005. It's set. FB's checked.
220 degrees, 13 knots, 27 left, clear takeoff.
Clear takeoff.
Beacon light on. We got two fault lights.
Speedbird 40 Quebec.
Speedbird 224 uniform descends to altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 1005.
10 to 3,000, QNH 1005, Speedbird 224 uniform.
Neptune 44, turn right, heading 185.
Going right, 185.
Here's direct Speedbird 246 and 502. I'm going to have to disconnect. I'm having APU problems.
246, roger. Shuttle 13 Charlie, right outside. Link 57, link 56, stand 501.
Right Alpha, link
Okay.
5657, stand 501.
Is he still?
Hey, just the
I
link
don't
the
get-
other way round.
Is this guy like?
Shuttle 13 Charlie.
Either director, shuttle 1624, with you, 11 stars, flight number 11, 10 descent.
Speedbird 224 uniform, turn right,
I
heading
wonder if this dude
360
can do.
degrees. Speedbird 224
Doesn't
uniform, turn right, heading 360 degrees.
Anyways, windows, doors, and slides closed and locked. Beacon light is on. Thrust levers idle. Parking brakes on. Transponder is in auto. 4 starts complete. It's gonna be hell getting.
Come on, guys. Shuttle 1624, hello. Descend flight level 80. Leave Bollington, heading 125. Leave Bollington,
Why
heading
the fuck does he
125.
keep
descend
doing
at
this
flight level
shit?
80, shuttle 154.
Did it last stream too.
Neptune 44, turn right, heading 240 degrees. Descend 3000, cleared ILS, 27 right.
Roger.
Damn, look at all these fucking airplanes.
Roger.
Cleared 396, uniform 12, uniform 1228, goodbye. Finnair 7, Lima Papa. Maintain 6,000 traffic above. It's steps climb, so I'll call you back.
7 Lima Papa.
Alright, we're doing a 27 left.
Cleared 4 to Quebec, climb now, flight level 150.
Sorry, repeat that, Speedbird 40 Quebec.
Cleared 4 to Quebec, climb, flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150, Speedbird 40 Quebec.
Speedbird 224 uniform, stop descent at 4,000.
Stop descent at 4,000, Speedbird 224 uniform.
Air Portugal 1350, the surface wind 220 degrees, 13 knots, runway 27 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, running 27 right, Air Portugal 1250.
Cuba 6 November Whiskey Red taxi.
Speedbird 6 November Whiskey taxi via Alpha Hold Lehman.
27 left,
Hold Lehman.
Sorry, there's two people speaking to me. Neptune 44, say again?
Is it possible to switch over to 27 left as we head up? Neptune 44.
Okay, yeah, sure. Cleared ILS, 27 left.
This is one reason why I hate flying in Europe. Like, you want coverage, but shit, man, like, can't get a word in. Gio, what up, dude? What's happening with you?
Cleared 452, stand by here number 1 or send a CPDLC request. I'll reply to either, just bear with.
I just want to confirm, did you call us earlier?
Scandinavian 810, it was only for Unicom. Climb your discretion, Unicom 1228.
Unicom 122.8, you have a day.
Speedbird 224 uniform, turn left, left turn 230 degrees.
Left turn 230 degrees, Speedbird 224 uniform.
Finnair 7 Lima Papa, climb, flight level 150. Finnair 7 Lima Papa, climb now, flight level 150. Shuttle 1624, landing 27 right, descend 5,000, QNH 1005.
Landing 27 right, descend 5,000, QNH 1005, shuttle 16.
Speedbird 224 uniform, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
Descend to 3,000, Speedbird 224 uniform.
Finnair 7 Lima Papa, climb now, flight level 150.
Why the fuck is that on?
150, Finnair 7 Lima Papa.
Oh, we got some weird shit going on.
Neptune 44, the wind 220 degrees, 14 knots, runway 27 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 27 left, Neptune 44.
Seabird 224 uniform cleared ILS approach 27 right.
Clear ILS approach runway 27 right, Seabird 224 uniform.
Finnair 7 Lima Papa, monitor Unicom 122.8, goodbye.
Unicom 7 Lima Papa, bye.
Seabird 452 cleared IB for Maxid 1 Golf departure, squawk 6206.
Seabird 452 cleared IB for Maxid 1 Golf departure, squawk 0636.
Seabird 452
Airbus A319 at high level correction at 7,000 feet with QNH 1005.
6206, Seabird 452.
Seabird 452 correct. Shuttle 1624 descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
Descend 4,000, shuttle 1624.
Seabird 42 Quebec, monitor Unicom 122.8, good evening.
Monitor Unicom 122.8, good night.
Easy 1555, hello, turn left heading 125.
Turn left heading 125, easy 155.
Either approach, Speedbird 374, stand 519, ready, push start.
Speed 374, stand 519, push and start approved, face east.
Face east, 374. Let's go.
Portugal 1350, right on Alpha.
Right on Alpha 1350.
In fact, Air Portugal 1350 left on Alpha, right on Kilo, parking 216.
Roger, 256, left on Alpha, right on Kilo, Portugal 1350.
Stand 216.
216 for the 10, thank you.
Shuttle 1624, turn right heading 240 degrees.
Right heading 240
Good God, man.
Easy 1555, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1005.
Descent 5,000 feet to QNH 1005, easy 15.
Shuttle 12 Quebec, hold at November Bravo 3.
Hold November Bravo 3, shuttle 1 Quebec.
Seabird 224 uniform for wind 220 degrees, 11 knots, runway 27 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 27 right, Seabird 224 uniform, thank you very much.
Shuttle 1624, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, cleared ILS 27 right.
On QNH 101, QNH 1005,
Shut the fuck up.
Descend 3,000, clear for the ILS shuttle 164.
Shuttle 12 Quebec via November Bravo 3.
Technically, they're supposed to be saying all this stuff because the procedures say to do it, but my God, dude, it's
Neptune 44,
too fucking much.
left by Sierra 6.
Parking brake set, clear off headset, clear disconnect. We'll see you on the left side.
1017, hello.
Hello.
Descend flight level 90 and squawk 2122, 2122.
Setting 90 and squawk 2122 for kilometer 17.
Easy 1555, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
Descent 4,000 feet, easy 155.
Neptune 44, right on Sierra, left on Zulu, stand at 611.
Right here, left Zulu 611, Neptune.
Easy 1555, turn right, heading 295.
To right, 295, easy 155.
EFA Director, Shuttle 12 Kilo with you with information ball for requesting an IFR clearance to Newcastle, stand 501.
Station for Newcastle, Shuttle 12 Kilo, unlapped 1 Golf departure, squawk 0516.
Right up start, anti-ice on, yellow electric pump on.
For Squawk King 0.
Correction, anti-ice off, yellow electric pump on, rotor trim 0, F start checklist is complete.
Shuttle 12 Kilo.
Shuttle 12 Kilo, correct, brake, Shuttle 12 Quebec, for wind 220 degrees, 14 knots, runway 27.
So what type of experience would I need? Dispatch school and go. Yeah, so dispatch school, you'll take the FAA written and an FAA oral at the end of school. When you pass your oral, well, okay, back up. First 2 weeks, you'll take your ADX. ADX is the written, so you pass that first. That's the hardest part. Then after that, you do 3 weeks of flight planning in general, and then you'll take an oral and a practical with the FAA. And when you pass all 3 of those, you get your dispatch license. From there, you'll go get your first job and start building some experience.
Easy 1555, cleared ILS 27 right.
Clear ILS 27 right, easy 15.
Either approach, Speedbird 374, ready taxi 27 left.
Fast 6 November Whiskey, the wind 220 degrees, 14 knots, runway 27 left, cleared takeoff. Speedbird 6 November Whiskey, the wind 220 degrees, 14 knots, 27 left, cleared takeoff. 27 left.
Dude, why is my frequencies keep fucking changing all on their own? Or I'm hitting the, there's something bound that I'm not aware of. Alright, let's go to 1973. Which is weird because I continued to hear them even though the frequency was different.
Speedbird 224 uniform, second right on Bravo, stand 534.
Second right onto Bravo and stand 534. Speedbird 224 uniform, thank you very much.
Speed 374.
374, ready to go.
Hello, right Alpha, hold at Lowman.
Right Alpha, hold it Lumen for Speedbird 374. Hold it fucking what?
And Canon 1017, can we request runway 27 left?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you so much, Canon 1017.
Canon 1017, turn left, heading 240 degrees, straight in, landing 27 left.
Left heading 240, straight in, landing,
I have no idea what the fuck this Lumen shit is he's talking about. Right on Alpha, short of Lumen.
November Whiskey, climb now, flight level 170.
170, November Whiskey.
I have no fucking clue. Right on Alpha.
KLM 1017, 31 miles from touchdown, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1005.
Descending 5,000 on QNH 1005, Canon 1017.
Aether approach, Speedbird 374. Give me right on Alpha, then short of Lumen. What is the Lumen? I'm not familiar with that verbiage.
Lowman, it's a holding point on 27 left. If you just taxi all the way along Alpha, you'll see it. It's a red sign all the way up by 27 left.
Roger that, we'll go there. Speedbird 374.
Thank you, good destination, Speedbird 105, inbound Lamborn, 140.
Short of Lumen. So, if that's not charted, is that charted?
Level 9 is it, right? 90 speed, 10,000.
So that's not fucking charted.
Keep your direct shuttle to Delta.
Don't think that should be.
Shuttle 1624 in case they haven't, 27 right, clear to land. Good land to the 1624, thanks.
Something they say.
Sorry, was it shuttle 2 Delta or shuttle 9 Delta?
Shuttle 2 Delta, stand 521 Airbus A319 Golf 1005 IFR Manchester, please.
Okay, I don't have a flight plan from you at the moment, FAR 1, I'll call you back. Shuttle 2 Delta, thank you, cleared Manchester, unlapped 1 Golf departure, squawk 6002.
6002 on that 1 Golf, Shuttle 2 Delta.
Shuttle 2 Delta, correct. Speed 6 November Whiskey, turn right heading 185, stop climb, flight level 90.
Heading 185, stop climb, 90,
Sorry, take it afternoon, Speedbird 51 Lima inbound, Ockham,
Speed 51 Lima director, hello, descend flight level 100, report aircraft type.
Hang final 100, we are A321, Seabird 500.
Thanks. Speedbird 875, leave Lambourne heading 270 degrees.
Leave number 270, Speedbird 105.
Shuttle 12 Quebec, monitor Unicom 122.8, goodbye.
Unicom, Shuttle 12 Quebec, thanks.
Shuttle 1624, right on Alpha.
There for a second, I thought we weren't going to get number 2 started. It was kind of hanging up.
Right on Alpha, link 57, link 56, stand 502, Shuttle 164.
Easy 1555 for wind 220 degrees, 11 knots, 27 left, clear to land.
Clear to land 27 right, easy 15.
Sorry, yeah. Speedbird 51 Lima, leave Ockham, heading 070 degrees.
Leaving Ockham, heading 070, Speedbird 500.
Short of Lumen.
Speedbird 244 kilo, ready for start.
Speedbird 6 November Whiskey, turn right 510 degrees. Speedbird 6 November Whiskey, turn right 510 degrees.
Alright, gross weight's 131.6, flask 52, fuel's 13.6, 37.53, 6,000. Whatever that shit is. After checklist, any ice is off, the up pump is off, road trim 0. After checklist is complete. Full up. Full down.
Shuttle 1, 2 kilo, ready for
Full left.
KLM 1017, descend
Full
to
right.
altitude 4,000 feet.
Full left.
4,000 kilo, 101.
Full right.
Speedbird 51 Lima, descend
Flight
flight
controls
level
checks
80.
complete.
Descending level 8, Speedbird 500.
Station calling for push and start, signal turn only.
Shuttle 1, 2 kilo.
Shuttle Shuttle 1 2 kilo. Squawk 0516.
Sorry, 0516, Shuttle 1, 3 kilo.
Sorry, what stand are you on?
501.
Okay, thanks.
Heathrow Director, good evening, please.
Very special Heathrow. Yeah. Whatever the whole point is, I guess.
Switch 327, hello, stand 219, push and start approved, face south.
Push and start approved, facing south, please. 327.
I don't know.
Shuttle 1 2 kilo, thanks. Stand
If it's not
501,
fucking charted, I
push
feel like you
and
can't
start
make it
approved,
a
leave
taxi
room
instruction.
for an aircraft to park on 502.
Either like
Alright,
Alpha short 27 left, because Alpha goes all the way to 27 left.
502, Shuttle 1, 2 kilo.
Shuttle 1624, hold it, snapper, change of plan.
Hold us up there, Shuttle 164.
I don't know, it just doesn't make.
All stations, the tower controllers just come online. Stay with me until I hand you over to the next frequency. Thank you.
Yeah, see, I don't know, you got November Bravo 2 whiskey, November 2 whiskey. Like, call it fucking that. Don't tell me Lumen when there's nothing that says Lumen on here.
Speedbird 875, descend flight level 80.
80, Speedbird 75.
Director, good evening, Speedbird 9, I'll be requesting an airport to Bangkok.
Station calling for clearance, that was unreadable, standby. Easy 1555, straight ahead, hotel, park on stand 351.
18505.
Stay ahead on hotel 351, easy 15.
Speedbird 224, uniform, stand 534, Gene off, be brilliant, have a great day.
Cheers, you too.
There's Lumen.
Shuttle 1624, link, Shuttle 1624, link 60, to pass on to, link 60, link 56 to park on 502.
Yeah.
Link 60, link 56.
If you're gonna tell me that shit, it needs to be fucking charted. Something I can see on the chart.
Clear 51 Lima, landing 27
Know where the fuck
right,
I'm gonna be stopping at.
3000, QNH 1005.
Is that 3000 on 005, 270?
Yep. That's what it is right there. 1973.
Speedbird 452, stand 506, push inside of you.
Any aircraft on the ground for clearance, push your taxi, contact the tower controller 118505. Speedbird 875, turn left heading 145.
Let's do 145, please, 10-5.
Shuttle 9 Delta, are you with me?
Heathrow Tower, Speedbird 374, holding point Lumen.
Speedbird 374, correct, so hello, via November Bravo 3, runway 27 left, surface wind 220 degrees, 14 knots, cleared immediate takeoff.
November Bravo 3, clip takeoff 27 left, Speedbird 374. Alright.
Tower shuttle 12 kilo, ready for
Said
taxi.
make it immediate.
Shuttle 12 kilo, taxi via link 56. Right Alpha, hold on Lowman, and it's give way to the company 319, entering 502, ahead of you.
Alright, taxi link 56 and right on Alpha, hold at Lowman to get way to taxi company.
Alright, shuttle 2 kilo correction, taxi link 56 and then right Bravo please, hold on Lockheed.
Link 56, right, Bravo, hold, Lockheed, shuttle 12 kilo.
Man Flex, SRS runway Arthur's Blue.
244 kilo, attention. Speedbird 244 kilo, so hello, taxi right Alpha, hold on Lowman. Right Alpha, hold on.
Hey, not thrust set.
Heathrow Tower, good evening, Speedbird 9 Heavy, requesting airport to Bangkok.
D1.
That's for 327, stand by.
How's it?
KLM 1017, runway 27 left, surface wind 220 degrees, 14 knots, clear to land.
Now.
Speedbird 512, Bird Tower, hello, we brought you aircraft out to stand number. Speedbird 512, clear to Amsterdam, Douglas Park, 7 Golf departure, squawk 7276, QNH 4004. Speedbird 512, correct, brake switch 327, taxi left Alpha, hold on November Bravo 3. Taking on left, Alpha, on Alpha, November 3, morning, 367.
Tower, good afternoon, Speedbird 1306 information calls and 246 requesting our contact.
Go on, Speedbird 6, Speedbird Tower, just take any stand number please.
J-Foot, thank you for that, dude.
Speedbird 1306, clear to Aberdeen, Lap 1 Golf departure, squawk 7537, information Golf, QNH 1004.
Clear to destination, Black 14
10-9B.
Squawk 73757, QNH 1004.
God,
information Golf 1306.
Speedbird 1306, correct, brake, KLM 1017, taxi left, Sierra, Whiskey and Tango, stand 401, good day.
That's it now.
Level,
Do I automatically go to fucking departure or what?
Just in confirm. KLM 117 negative, stand 401. What's your reception? That's 1 kilo, have you on taxi now please?
Easy 155 after our day, thanks for the service. Bye.
Easy 1555, thanks. Bye bye.
The departure, Speedbird 374, 6000, maxi 1 golf.
Speed 374, hello, climb now, flight level 170.
Flight level 170, Speedbird 374. Go open climb.
Speedbird 793, lead Lamborn heading 270 degrees.
Lamborn heading 270 degrees. Speedbird 793.
Man, it's fast over here, shit.
Information Hotel now current, new QNH 1004. Information Hotel QNH 1004, Heathrow out. Shuttle 9 Delta, new QNH 1004.
QNH 1004, Shuttle 9 Delta.
Speedbird 875, new QNH 1004.
Copy the QNH 1004, Speedbird 875.
Speedbird 875, Heathrow Tower 118.505, good evening.
118.505, good evening, Speedbird 875, thank you.
319 climbs the rocket? Yeah, it does. I love it. Actually gives you a bit of difference between the 321 and 319, right? Like, you expect that flight characteristic difference. So apparently when I hit F6, which is my nose light, that's what is switching my shit.
April direct, Shuttle 2 Delta 521 pushes back.
Shuttle 2 Delta, hold position, contact tower 118.505.
118.505, 2 Delta.
Speed 374, monitor Unicom 12 Delta, hello, goodbye.
Over to Unicom, appreciate the help today. Speedbird 374. Whew, and finally, a little fucking quiet. Jesus. It's loud and it's proud and it is non-stop. Alright, 35 blue. Coming on through. 35 blue, coming on through. I gotta keep an eye on this map because I don't know the different center identifiers. So if any of them come online, I probably won't know. I noticed the 321 is easier to grease than the 319. Same. My landings were awful in the 319 than the 321. Yeah, same, man. Yesterday when we flew it for the first time with the 319, we absolutely just power bombed asphalt in the 319. We punched the shit out of the concrete, and then in the 321 we got a -90 first ever landing in that one. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. But J-Foot, dude, thanks for looking at that, because my smart ass would have popped off to him and be like, oh, check the top 10-9 Bravo. Oh, see there, you got a pot of water, and you'll see a fucking lumen there. Like, I don't know. I still think, like, you got, to your point, you got to go to a whole separate chart just for taxiing. Like, what's the point of the airport diagram in the first place then? And you have so fucking many airport briefings, arrival airport briefings, departure briefings. Like, it's too fucking much. Like, it's worse than NOTAMs. Keep it simple, stupid. And this ain't it. But I'm glad I asked. I was about to just disconnect and say fuck it, but I'm glad I asked. He explained it well. Got down there, saw it. Not a big deal. But damn. Let's put it on the fucking chart. Oh, everybody's gonna be using. the taxiways there aren't even that complicated. I agree. In fact, I was surprised that that it did this. So like we were parked in here. And he said right on Alpha, which seems like, well, I guess Yankee does this and Alpha does this. But I was surprised that Alpha like makes a right turn, or a left turn rather, and continues all the way down. Because in the States, damn near most taxiways that have any sort of a turn, it's going to be a whole new taxiway. And you kind of, I don't know, I guess would expect that, but maybe that's just a US thing. But look at this, like Alpha comes all the way. Holy shit, dude, I did not notice this. Look at this. Alpha. Makes a whole damn circle. That's kind of genius. Here's Bravo. So yeah, even more reason why you don't need all the fuffle of a taxi diagram. It's kind of cool. I've never seen that before. Alright, we cruising now. We're on the way. Took long enough. I always know that when I'm going to fly on bad sim in the UK, you're just going to be sitting there waiting forever to get a fucking word in. I feel like if it's going to be like that, I should enable CPDLC, but maybe they can't. Maybe CPDLC would slow things down. Who knows? I don't know if they can move that fast. Let me get a drink from my... Let's check in on V1. He's streaming today. In a stream. We're just slightly ahead of him. He's flying Vegas to Denver. Am I tripping, or was there a fault? Nope, you're not tripping. There was a fault. There's two faults, but it seems like it's fake because I checked the IRS monitor. I got 3 navs. Also checked. I checked this. So we're on the status, right? So here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. 1, 2, and 3. All looks good. So I think those are bullshit. Like an ops check's good. So there's our 3 green. It's just throwing some fault message, which would probably have to be written up. Yeah, it probably is. see. Curious to see what else gonna get fixed in the first update that comes out for Phoenix. And I hope I can make the return flight. I only slept for 4 hours. Got off the computer around 5 a.m. or so. Slept from 5 to 9, and here we are. Actually, not even 5 to 9. More like 5:30 to 9. Not sure if you answered this yet, but when I start working for the regionals like Endeavor, Air, after passing, more than likely, if the airlines is your goal, typically people are going to go to the regionals first. The regionals are the easiest to get on with, mainly because that's where the highest attrition rate is. People, you know, just go there as a stepping stone. God dang it. People go there to get their experience and then move on to, you know, whatever next airline they want to go to. So yeah, so most are going to do that. Like for me, I went to Trans-States Airlines, which no longer exists. They're a regional carrier for American and United. Did 2 years there. Kind of got my understanding of real life dispatch, because dispatch school and real life dispatch are nothing alike. Like it'll take you 2 hours to do a paper flight plan in dispatch school, and then when you go to real life dispatch, it'll take you 2 to 5 minutes to do it on a computer. But at a regional, you're going to learn how 121 airline works. So 121 is scheduled air carrier operations. Then you got like 135, which is going to be charter, supplemental, private jets, that kind of stuff. Part 91 is general aviation, which all of 121 is built upon Part 91. So when you get to the 121 world, you'll learn how the 121s operate, how you apply MELs and CDLs, maintenance control, and amending the operational flight plan, and using exemptions in your operation specifications, stuff like that. Let's see, do I need to leave like the state to go to a good dispatch school? Because I live in Michigan, and someone recommended IFOD in Dallas. That's where I went as well, was IFOD. Highly recommend. They sorry, I'm listening to B1 too. They also have like discount rates with hotels around the area to help out with lodging and that kind of stuff. I would highly recommend them, but they won't let you take your tests, like your ADX, until they know you're ready. That way you don't fail and have to pay another $150 to take it again. I would highly recommend iFod. But there are others. And then there's, I don't know where all of them are at. Like I know there's Jepson in Colorado. There's some in like colleges, aeronautical schools, stuff like that. You probably just want to do a Google search. But also something else you can look into. Jay Queen, who's in the Discord, he went to Republic and he did their internship. So Republic, as well as Piedmont Airlines, has an internship where you commit 2 years working for them, and they will basically, you'll have a job. Like they'll give you the job as a flight dispatcher. You'll go to school and they're paying you while you're going to school to get your dispatch license, and then you'll come back to them, do your ground school, OJT, do your comp check, get signed off, and then you'll be dispatching for them for 2 years. So that's always something you can look into as well. So essentially you're getting paid to get your license versus paying to get your license. Let's see. Also, wouldn't it take like 2 months for the classes and exams to finish, then get my license? No, it'll take about 5 weeks. Your first 2 weeks is prepping and taking the ADX, and then the last 3 weeks is prepping for your oral and practical with the FAA, and then you're done. Fly with Falco, what's going on, my friend? Yo, what's up, wrong side? I met you at Expo a few months back. I was with Owls, Mickey Mike, and a few more people. Nice, we do. Happy to see you in the virtual chat. Hope you're doing well, my friend. It was great to meet you. How you doing since Expo? Okay, might try it out and see. But what are light duties as a dispatcher? Is long shifts like overnight? So duties is a long list, so we'll come back to that. Shifts kind of vary depending on who you work for. Some airlines will do 8-hour shifts. Some airlines do 10-hour shifts. I believe most are going to do 10-hour shifts. That's what we do. Even the days on, days off are different from carrier to carrier. At my first carrier, I worked 4 days on, 3 days off. At my current carrier, the default schedule is 4 on, 4 off, but because it's an even 4 on, 4 off, you can do a permanent shift swap with any of your counterparts, and you can make your schedule whatever you want as long as you don't work anymore, I believe, than 28 days a month, because that's a regulated limit. So you could work, like, I used to work 7 on, 7 off. You could do 14, 14. That kind of stuff. I wouldn't recommend going more than 7 because you'll be burnt out pretty quick if you do. And then the shift times will vary as well from carrier to carrier. For us, we've got a 3:30 to 1:30, 3:30 a.m., 1:30 p.m., 4:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., and 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then the afternoon shifts, which will be like 1 p.m. to 11 p.m., 2 p.m. to midnight, and then the overnights are going to be like 5:30 to 3:30, and then 6:30 to 4:30 a.m. something like that. So it all really just greatly depends. And that's one reason why like a lot of folks stay at Spirit. Spirit doesn't pay the most, but we have the best quality of life as far as schedule and time off and that kind of stuff. So like when I was a dispatcher, I worked 7 on, 7 off, but I also had like 2 weeks of vacation as well, so I could use a week of vacation and get 3 straight weeks off. So it was really nice. Not a lot of places you can go and do that. As far as duties and responsibilities, man, you're doing a lot. So the dispatcher has operational control. The definition of operational control is using or having the authority to initiate, conduct, delay, and terminate a flight using joint responsibility with the pilot in command, which means you do the flight planning, you can delay the flight, you'll flight follow once the flight is airborne, and then you can also terminate a flight. So if you don't, if something changes, you don't think the flight is safe, you can pull the ATC flight plan and like, nope, you're not going, kind of thing. But you're going to be doing everything that you would do in SimBrief, right? Like you're going to determine the altitude, you're going to determine the fuel, the route. You're going to be basically in charge of all the, you're going to be 50% in charge of all of the safety and legalities of every flight that you dispatch with the pilot in command of each flight. You're going to be helping out with medical emergencies, mechanical emergencies, all that kind of stuff. You're going to be advising the pilots of any hazards or constraints that they may encounter. Like you'll be making some pretty tough decisions. For example, a few years ago I had a flight going into Las Vegas. The captain increased his cost index from 19 to 99 from Dallas to Vegas, and he basically burned all of his extra fuel the dispatcher gave him. So the dispatcher who left turned the flight over to me when I came into work. This captain shoots the approach into Vegas, but there was a rain shower on the approach, and with the mountainous terrain and the precip, resulted in some low-level wind shear. So they went around, and the captain sends me a message and says, we need an alternate. Fuel on board is 5,200 pounds. So 5,200 pounds, regardless of a 319, 320, 321, even Neos, is not a lot of gas, especially in Vegas where they're very isolated from alternates. So as he's on the downwind, I'm running numbers for St. George, Utah, and then I run numbers for Ontario, California. St. George had similar weather. They had some rain showers and some vicinity thunderstorms, plus they're on kind of a plateau, so that creates some issues. But it's a lot closer. It's 80 miles away, whereas Ontario has clear weather, but it's a lot further away, like just under 200 miles. So it's kind of a pick your poison moment. It's like, do I go with the closer but sketchier weather, or do I go with the more distant but better weather? Ultimately, I opted to go to Ontario if we had to divert, but fortunately they come back around and landed on the second try. So you'll see situations like that, or even situations where you've got a passenger going into cardiac arrest, and MedLink. So in those scenarios, you're being patched in with the pilots as well as some physicians. Once the physician makes the decision that the flight must divert, now you have to figure out where you're going to divert to. This all happens pretty quick, but you're already kind of, you're watching the flight, you know where they're at from a geographical standpoint, and as things start to sound more and more serious, you're going to be kind of switching your mind, like, okay, so this is starting to sound serious. If we got to divert, where are we going to go? We're here, we can go there. It's an online station, we got ground support, we'll be able to get in and out and be able to get this person medical assistance quickly. And then once the physician makes that determination to divert, then bam, you already know where you're going. You're involved in mechanical emergencies as well. Not too long ago I had a dispatcher that had a green hydraulic system failure. So part of that process is you go into the quick reference handbook and look at what that affects. What systems is that going to affect? What capabilities does the aircraft lose? One of those capabilities was going to be gear extension and nose wheel steering, which was not a problem. They were going to Houston. Houston had nice long runways. We could do the gravity gear extension, and then once they land, if they can't get off the runway, we'll have ops tow them to the gate, stuff like that. So, but we're running those numbers, kind of the landing distance, stuff like that, and making sure that the pilots and us are kind of seeing the same thing, so that we know that they're not going to like overrun the runway or something when they land. So you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot of shit. Airplanes go into hold for weather or for volume or for VIP movement, whatever the case may be. They're getting their fuel on board, they're getting their altitude, you're getting their zero fuel weight, getting the expected further clearance time. You're going to plug all that information in and determine how long can they hold and what's their bingo fuel, which is when they bug out. And if they do have to bug out, where are they going to go? And then if you have to add an alternate or change an alternate, you're going to be sending them NOTAMs, you're going to be sending them weather, and you're going to send them those burns as well as an amendment to the operational flight plan, you know, so that they're legal to divert. You're doing a lot, but with experience, it all starts to click. It takes about a year of doing real life dispatch before it finally really starts to click. Been good, can't complain, working and virtual flying. Hell yeah, man. That's always the best. Yeah, I heard it's a lot of mental thinking. And do you work on flight plans for the pilot's weight and balance? Yes and no. So for us, when it comes to weight and balance, the most that we're doing, like in the planning process, kind of the same as you would do in SimBrief. You're going to, you know, select the runway for takeoff, and you're going to enter the forecasted conditions. So, you know, if it's raining, you're going to mark a wet runway. If you've got 1/8 inch of slush on a runway, say it's wintertime, you'll put that in there too. If you got any MELs or CDLs that's going to cause a performance penalty, you'll enter that. But you're going to put in all kind of the forecasted conditions in the aircraft's configuration, and that's going to give kind of a general planned configuration, and it's going to give you your planned takeoff weight versus your max takeoff weight. But really, the pilots will be doing their own weight and balance through what's called Aerodata. So they'll get the cargo load sheet or the zone report, and that's going to tell them how many bags are in each compartment and how many passengers are in each zone, both from adults as well as infants. They're going to enter all that information into Aerodata via ATSU in the airplane. They'll send it off. Aerodata will calculate it, and it'll come back, and it's going to tell them their actual zero fuel weight. It's going to tell them their zero fuel weight CG, their takeoff weight CG, their V speeds, flaps, their flex, like all the stuff that we get with, let's see, all the stuff that we get here, they will get from Aerodata. It's essentially going to be a combination of this takeoff performance that you see on the right, as well as this information here on the bottom left, the zero fuel weight, max zero fuel weight, gross weight, max gross weight, all that stuff. It's going to spit that out to them. Now, if they are out of limits, so for example, we have certain limits built into the system, like if they are 2,000 pounds or more heavier or 7,000 pounds or more lighter, then they require what's called a zero fuel weight reset. So they'll call the dispatcher. They're going to give them the all the information that we just talked about. Actually, never mind. They'll get their zero fuel weight from Aerodata. They'll tell us the zero fuel weight. We'll plug it in, calculate, re-release it. That's going to reset it in the system, and then they can send their numbers again and get their takeoff numbers. And that just gives us a chance that if something seems wrong, then you know we can figure out what's going on. Like maybe their zero fuel weight's too heavy, but they have the same. They have the correct amount of gas and the correct amount of passengers and bags that was planned for. Well, then somebody probably fat fingered something. when they were entering it into the ATSU. So it's just a chance to talk about it, review it, make sure that everything's still good to go. And we can also run landing performance along with any performance factors through an app called FlySmart Plus on our company EFBs, and they do the same thing in the event that like we need to help them with something. Like something happens en route. But yeah, it's a lot of mental. Like the bulk of being a dispatcher is strategy, which is funny because I hate strategy shit. But you're basically you're the coach and the captains are the quarterbacks, right? So you're drawing up the game plan, and they go out and execute it. And so you try to use the best strategy that you can derive, where they're going to have the least amount of issues. From just a general like ATC preferred routes, so not getting an ATC reroute, all the way down to what side of the airport are you going to land on. I see a lot of dispatchers like they're coming from the west, but they're going to plan the easternmost runway, which means they're going to be crossing an approach path to get to that runway. ATC is not going to do that. You're going to land on the west side, unless they're doing like a specific configuration where they're departing on the west side and landing on the east side. Well, then you would. But it just depends on the airport and what landing configuration they're doing. And you just figure that out from reading the ADIS. So you have to come up with the routes, or does system do it for you? Like come up with waypoints. So there's what's called ATC preferred routes. And then there's also what's called CDR routes. So the preferred route is going to be, there used to be like one or two routes that is like your almost every single flight is going to be filed on it unless there's some sort of weather constraint or published reroute. So like if you're doing the northeast to Florida, usually you're going to have one preferred route that's going to go over the Atlantic and then another preferred route that's going to go along the coast of Florida. And so if you got weather over the Atlantic routes, then you'll just do the coastal route and then vice versa. But if weather's getting really spicy, say in like DC Center, and you're coming out of New York Center, they'll typically publish either reroutes or they'll say CDR swaps, which means you'll file the flight on a preferred route, but you're going to fuel for CDRs. CDR stands for coded departure routes. So basically you'll figure out which one you think is most likely to happen. You'll fuel for that route. It's typically going to be longer than your preferred route. And ATC, the aircraft can be taxiing to depart. And then ATC will come up and say, hey, Spirit Wings 172, ATC reroute, $, Alpha 0. Well, that's a code, right? Coded departure routes. So they'll send that code to dispatch. That route is already pre-built into our software. We'll go select it, calculate, send them the new numbers, and they're on their way. But once you get out of the Northeast, or you get away from the East Coast, things aren't as busy. So if there are any reroutes, they typically won't be CDRs. They'll just be some route that ATC has or came up with. They'll give that to the crew. The crew will send that to us, and then we'll calculate it. But for 98.7% of routes, they're already pre-built into the software, and you just select them. There will be scenarios where you have to build your own routes, which is something that you learn in dispatch school, how to use SIDS, how to use stars, how to use airways, both low altitude, high altitude airways, GPS airways. But there will be times that you have to create your own, and usually it's going to be when there's some sort of abnormal situation, like for example, I'll show you these. Okay, so this is Ecuador coming into Guayaquil. Sangay volcano right now is not popping off any volcanic ash. If it were, it would look something like this. You can see all the red, that's volcanic ash advisories. But you can see it here. So sometimes that volcanic ash will drift far enough to the west from Sangay that it will interfere with the approach into Guayaquil. So the preferred route, I don't think I can draw from here. But anyways, the preferred route will typically come from Uguppy and come straight down to Guayaquil, but there was volcanic ash that was interfering, so dispatcher asked me if I could help them out and build them a route. So I built them a route. We went from Uguppy to ESV and then Airway Uniform Whiskey 7, and that takes you all the way down to Salinas, and then Salinas to Punas, which joins a star into Guayaquil, and that allowed us to avoid the volcanic ash advisory and sneak on into Guayaquil. So yeah, sometimes you might have to build a custom route to get around weather, get around an area of turbulence, volcanic ash, you know, different hazards like that. Well, it's a lot of decision making, but hopefully everything goes according to plan when I go to dispatch school and do your exams. Yep. Yeah, so a lot of what you're going to be studying, there's a lot of different things you'll study, but it's going to be anything from regulations to aerodynamics, physics, center of gravity, or I guess weight and balance, performance, instrument type flying, like stuff that instrument rated pilots are learning when they're getting their instrument rating. You'll be learning that, like how to do like a teardrop entry on a VOR, radials off of nav aids, how to read approach charts, how to read SID stars, all that kind of stuff. You're basically like, put it like this: the ADX is the same as the pilot's ATP. So the ATP is you know, the airline transport pilot certification that they get once they achieve their 1,500 hours. So they have 1,500 hours to learn what you'll have 2 weeks of your nose in a book to learn. So that's why the first 2 weeks is the hardest, because it's balls to the wall. It's just a lot of studying. It's not impossible. It's just, you know, it's just a lot. After that, that's the hardest part. Then you'll start getting really a lot deeper into how to flight plan, like how to build a route, how to select runways for takeoff, you know, using winds and all that kind of stuff. You know, your general flight planning, MELs, CDLs, that kind of stuff. So an MELs is like more or less systems being deferred on the airplane, whereas a CDL is something physical on the outside of the airplane that's been removed or broken, something like that. And typically, for example, if you got a fairing that's been removed because it was damaged, now there's going to be a little bit more drag on the airplane, so that's going to be a performance penalty, and then increased fuel burn, stuff like that. It's not hard. It's just you know, it's challenging, and it's a lot of studying, paying attention, staying awake in class, and having a good instructor that can explain things to you. We do it differently. Load control does all the weight and balance and tells baggage handling or gate agents how to load, and they also do our takeoff perf. Interesting. So ours is, there is a form of that. There'll be agents that are certified, and I think we call them ALAs, aircraft loading agents. So counter closes, and the ALA will get the final bag count, as well as how many passengers are checked in, where they're seated, that kind of stuff. But the main thing is they're gonna the system or the software is gonna tell them where to put the bags. So then they're gonna go put the bags, and then they'll take that information once they have loaded the bags into the compartments that the system told them to put it in. Give those numbers to the pilots. They plug it into the McDo, send it off, comes back, good to go. So like there is a form of that, and I believe that's going to be with pretty much every airline. I hate science and went into a science field. Yeah, that makes no sense. I love aviation, and I went into aviation. But when it came to, like, I hate math and I'm terrible with math. But with dispatch school and all of the weight and balance and performance, which is a lot of math, I basically just set myself up to be really solid in everything else, so that if I fucked that up, knowing that I probably would, I would be okay on my ADX test, and it all worked out just fine. Yep, MEL, minimum equipment list, and then CDL is cargo, or not, Jesus Christ, not cargo, configuration deviation list. That's like what is the minimum stuff on an airplane. Yep. So the MELs is going to, it's going to tell you, for example, let's say autopilot channels on this airplane. It's going to tell you you have 2 installed. Then it's going to tell you how many are required for flight, so say 0. And then it's going to have repair interval based off of different letters. So that's essentially going to say like how many flight cycles or how long it can go until it must be repaired. Then you also have NEFs. Well, what was that one stand for? Non-essential furnishings. So it's going to be stupid shit like a panel in the cabin or something that nobody gives a shit about. Often the list of NEFs on an airplane is quite long. Is there a separate dispatch for cargo like UPS and FedEx? Yep. UPS and FedEx both have their own dispatch departments at their headquarters. When the flight closes out, we don't get all the load info. The load agent does it. We are heavier than they planned, and they push new perf to the printer. Interesting. Yeah, I think the main concept for us that the FAA wants is that everything is centralized between dispatcher and captain, and like that is operational control. Nobody else can interfere with that. Dispatcher and captain have the ultimate say-so. If I'm dispatching a flight at Spirit Airlines, the CEO of Spirit Airlines more or less can't tell me shit. As far as like, he could come over and be like, route that airplane over Cuba, and I can be like, no. He won't have the authority to tell me shit. The only person who does is the director of operations. So she holds operational control, to which is delegated down to the dispatchers. So she's like above the chief pilots, per se. But essentially, like, she's responsible for the aircraft's like certificate of, or I don't know what the word is, operational certificate. Like the FAA could pull, like, oh, we're pulling your certificate, and like the airline can't run anymore. So like she holds that, and then operational control is delegated from her to the dispatchers. So she could tell, but nobody else can. Yep. Joint authority. So here we call it operational control using joint responsibility with the pilot in command. But same thing. I guess what I meant is different certification needed for cargo. No. The only different certification that you, I mean, I don't even know, like, okay, for example, when I finished school at IFOD, they have a secondary PowerPoint that you can do, takes a few hours, to get your ETOPS certification. But I've never even heard of like anybody being required to have their ETOPS to dispatch ETOPS. Like if you work for an airline that's going to operate ETOPS, you're going to be trained on ETOPS through their training for ETOPS. But there is a separate certification that does exist for ETOPS. Alright, let's prep for arrival. And then we'll go back to answer more questions. Alright. See, just 142. 5 miles. Weather 020 at 4. Temperature's 28. 1014. Minimums. $697. $47 of extra gas. You got it, baby? Okay. I'll take your bandage off after I land. She's limping bad. Need some help? Hang on, guys. Let me help my dog real quick. I don't know where she's trying to go, but she's struggling to walk. Alright, sorry about that, guys. She's blind. got bone cancer. It's all it takes for her to fall. So this whole house is nothing but tile, laminate floor. She can like bump into, she bumped into like a little drawer, and that's all it took. Fell down. So I always like to try to walk behind her so I can catch her butt in case she falls. Anyways, secondary. Yeah. Bottom altitude's 8,000. And I cannot wait to get the EFIS panel from WindWing whenever the hell they put that out. A-cars. Alright, coming on down. Talk about it real quick. First, let's run some landing performance. Go 32 left, dry. Landing weight 124.4. Remap 6.5. 6.8. 300 pounds. 120. 124 points. 8. Why don't we just get, yeah, max reverse, slow auto brake. What if we do no auto brake? No auto brake's not an option. Well, we got plenty of stopping distance, so that's good. Alright. So we're coming in on the Narek 7 India departure, arrival. Bottom altitude's 8,000 feet. On the 11-3 chart, effective 1st March 2024, ILS 32 left. Frequency is 109.3. Cross checks. Top approach course at 322. Also cross checks. Intercept the glide slope at 3,000 feet. Touchdown zone elevation is 497. MSA is 3,000. If we go missed, we'll climb on radio 142. Toulouse VOR inbound up to 4,000 at VOR. Turn left and follow radio 303 off Toulouse. At DME 10.0, Toulouse turn left onto 250 degrees. Climb into 5,000. Intercept and follow 18 DME arc Toulouse to Sulet. It's I feel like more complicated than it needs to be. Anyways, we got a 3-degree glide slope, minimums 200-foot ceilings, and 1,200 meters on the Viz. We got great weather, so no issues there. I don't even know how to decipher this shit. Let's take off minimums. Here we go. Sun 30 left, got high intensity running lights, center line lights. Papping left, 3 degrees. Papix to the left, for aircraft manufacturers only. Okay, so that's for Airbus folks. RVR is reporting 10,582 feet of runway, and it's 148 feet wide. When we land, we're going to drop our passengers off, so we're going to make a right-hand turn off at Mike 8. We'll go drop our passengers off, and then from there, we're going to try to tow ourselves over to a hangar to paint our airplane. But if we can't tow, then we'll taxi. Anyways, it's going to be an ILS. The ILS push buttons are armed, auto brake low, flaps full, and full reverse thrust. Any questions? Throw it in the chat. Let's see. If I were to work at the regionals as a dispatcher for Endeavor Air, basically how much would my salary be? Does it mostly depend on the company you're working for? Yeah. Every company's got different pay scales. A lot of companies are unionized and have contracts. Others are not. Like for example, Spirit, United, Delta, American, like all those guys have contracts. JetBlue doesn't. Some regionals do, some don't. But if I had to guess, you would probably start around $20 an hour. But every pay scale is different. UPS is looking for a flight simulator engineering supervisor. Only qualification needed is to be a U.S. citizen. Basically in charge of making sure the sim is running and up to date, and if upgrades are needed. Dude, look into it. Don't hurt to just, holler at them and ask. Do the interview. I would just be afraid if it ends up being more than that. Like, you gotta be like a technician and like help repair the hydraulics and replace cockpit parts and stuff like that, which might be more of a specialized deal. Check that out, guys. Nice little sunset on our descent into Toulouse. Oh, it's not that bad. I'm planning on joining the ramp with Delta next summer. Same pay an hour, which is $20 an hour. Oh, Mo, let me ask you this: how old are you? Because there is an age limit to how young you can be in dispatch. Uh-oh, Toulouse ground is on. That means we're gonna need to figure out where we're parking, or they might tell us where we're parking. Turning 18 this December, and right now I'm my senior year of high school. I'll graduate into May next summer. Gotcha. Okay, so you got to be 23 years old to dispatch. You can be, if I remember correctly, you can be 21 and go get your license, but you cannot actively dispatch until you're 23. So here's what I would recommend for you, and this is exactly what I did. When you graduate high school, or when you turn 18, whichever comes first, yeah, you gotta be 21 to dispatch, or you gotta be 21 to get your license. When you turn 18 or graduate, get a job in anything airlines that you can. For me, I worked in a small town, so I got a job with Delta, or actually a third-party vendor for Delta. I did everything under the sun, from ticket counter, gate agent, ramp, pushback. I was tow qualified, so like I would ride in the cockpit if we had to tow the airplane. So I was trained on like starting APU and like all the aircraft systems up to that point. Cargo trained, de-ice trained. I was ground security coordinator. Like there was pretty much nothing I didn't do. I ended up becoming a supervisor. So I did that for 5 years. I ended up going TDY and working at Dallas Love Field for a little while, training a new station of rampers on how to do the ramp. Did that for Delta Mainline. At that point, I'd had my dispatch license for a year. I didn't pursue jobs super hard yet. I got tired of counting bags. I wanted to get more into technical aviation. So I decided I was going to go back to dispatch school to refresh. When I made that decision, I informed my higher ups that I was going to be, trying to get my dispatch, get a job in dispatch, and they begged me to stay. They're like, "Oh, you can be a station manager." I was like, "Nah, I'm good, bro. Like, I want to be part of, technical aviation, speaking the lingo, jump seat, and all that kind of stuff." So anyways, I did ground operations for 5 years, got my dispatch license, and then went to dispatch. So I would say the same thing for you. Work the ramp. Anything you can do working for an airline, I would highly suggest either working for Delta Mainline if you can, or Southwest. Southwest is kind of the prime time place to be when it comes to ground operations. And that's just because they do stuff that others don't do. Like, if you're a part-time employee, anything over 20 hours is overtime. Nobody else does that. They're great to work for. If you don't mind me asking, where do you live? So I can have kind of an understanding of who you can work for and that kind of stuff. But when you turn 21, go get your dispatch license. That way you have it. And then continue to work in the airlines up until you're 23 and you can dispatch. Its transition level is assigned by ATC. Oh shit, we're in a center now. Who dis? LFBB 25 1005. What? 25, yeah, 10-5.
Zero and 41,000.
That's set to 25 now, is that correct?
Center Speedbird 374, sending 9,000 on the Nara 7 India into Toulouse.
Speedbird 374, bonsoir, Bordeaux identified. Radar vector CLS, runway 3 to left, turn left heading 170.
Left turn heading 170, Speedbird 374. Left turn, what do you say again? Damn it. I think it's at 170.
Speedbird 3740, descent altitude 3000 feet, QNH 1014.
Down to 3000, QNH 1014 for Speedbird 374. 1014. Center Speedbird 374. What's the transition level out here?
Level 60.
Roger that, 60. Thank you, Speedbird 374. I see the ATIS now.
Oui, c'est une bonne idée, descendez 4000 pieds, QNH à bien rythme.
Monsieur.
Merci, on descend 4000 pieds.
So golf. Ah, I see 60. Okay. ATIS golf. Andrew, what's up, man? Full-time streamer. I'm trying to get some content in. Going into Toulouse, France. 3 streams within 24 hours. Hell yeah, dude. I'm flying my nuts off. D-Champ VIP. Thanks, dude. It's weird. Like, I have to say it, and then I have to sit and think about it for a minute. Like, I've been doing the same thing with the squawk codes. Alright. 1014 set.
Je pose 4 whisky, je vous écoute.
Je reçois pas d'avis de Biarritz, vous avez une dernière météo pour moi, s'il vous plaît?
Alors il est en train de le mettre en place, j'ai du 300 degrés 9 nœuds, visibilité 10 km, des nuages à 2000 pieds et bas, Scatred à 4000, puis 21 degrés QNH 1016.
Merci beaucoup.
Alright, come on, guy, give me a turn. $1,000 to go.
Quand je pose 4 Lima Whisky, descendez 2500 pieds, QNH 1016.
2500 pieds.
Speedbird 374, turn right, heading 290, clear ILS, runway 32 left.
Left turn right turn 290 and clear for the ILS 32 left. Speedbird 374. Lokestar. Yellow. Roger that, thank you. So Mo, I am getting the cabin notifications. It's just because I have the audio set up in OBS, you just can't hear it.
Bordeaux Center, this is Speedbird 483 Bravo, requesting flight level 340 due to turbulence.
French Post 4 Lima Whisky à droite 4240, autorisé LS piste 27.
Droite 4240.
Station calling. Would it report turbulence?
Seabird 483 Bravo requesting flight level 340, just having a bit of turbulence at this altitude. Seabird 483 Bravo.
Seabird 483 Bravo, distance flight level 340.
Descend flight level 340, thank you. Seabird 483 Bravo.
Flaps 2, speed checks flaps 2. Ground's 21.9.
Flash poste 4, Lima West autorise atterrissage piste 27, le vent 29, 0 degré, 9 nœuds. Skipper 374, clear to land, runway 3 to left, wind at Toulouse 0 to 0 degrees, 5 knots.
Clear land, runway 32 left, speed 374. Alright, we'll take it 170 to 7 miles. And see if we can not bang the shit out of it on landing like we did yesterday. Glide slope star. Miss approach altitude 5,000 set. Seven miles. Manage speed. Gear down. Arm spoilers. Flaps 3.
Charlie Quebec 39 Mike Quebec, welcome back. You are leaving my airspace. Monitor Honeycomb. Have a safe flight.
Haha, V1's on approach as well. That's funny. Flaps full, landing checklist. Cabin crews advised, auto thrust speed, auto brake slow, we come over landing already, landing checklist is complete. Might need that. We're cleared to land. Airplane. That goes 60, I guess.
Control, good evening, 778 approaching November 2, runway 32 right.
3728, Bordeaux, bonsoir. Line up runway 32 right and right.
Line up and break, runway 32 right.
1000.
Airbus 22 Echo Oscar, bonsoir, contact radar au niveau de vol 380 en direction de...
Airbus 22 Echo Oscar, bonsoir, Bordeaux, transpondeur 1000.
Transpondeur 1000, Airbus 22 Echo Oscar.
Lufthansa 2259, pushing start approved, facing north, QNH at Bordeaux 1015.
300.
Border control, good evening, White Star 6374, flight level 280 inbound Minso.
100.
White Star 6374, bonsoir Bordeaux, Squawk 1000.
Squawk 1000, White Star 6374.
Airbus 22 Echo Oscar identifié.
5.
On identifie Airbus 22 Echo Oscar.
French Postcat Whiskey affirme, faites-vous plaisir à 180 et rappelez sur papa et contactez le sol sur 121 décimal 250. Bonne soirée.
Sure, boy, talking to me.
Spirit 374, hold position at Mach 8.
Hold position Mike 8, Spirit 374.
Spirit 778, clear for takeoff, runway 3 to right, wind variable, 3 knots.
Clear for takeoff runway 3 to right.
White Star 6374 identify, clear Narak 7 November arrival, expect ILS, runway 3 to left.
Clear Narak 7 November arrival, expect ILS, runway 3 to left, White Star 6374, thank you.
France 58 Romeo, bonsoir, montez au niveau 330.
Bonjour. Bombo creveton. November 8th. Wow, interesting. Meow.
Speedbird 374 cross, runway 3 to right, contact Toulouse ground, 121 decimal 9er. Have a nice evening.
We'll cross 3 to right at Mike 8, and we'll contact ground on the other side. Thanks for the ATC, have a great night. 0374.
Speedbird 4, A3 Bravo, radar service terminated. Monitor Honeycomb 122 decimal 8, good day.
Monitor Honeycomb, Speedbird 4, A3 Bravo, thank you very much for your leaving.
Air France 22 Romeo Juliette. Air France 22 Romeo Juliette, relecture correcte. Merci.
Toulouse ground, Speedbird 374 just crossed 3-2 right at Mike 8. And we're going to be taxiing over to Echo 62.
Speedbird 374, taxi stand Echo 62 via Papa Tango 60.
Alright, we'll taxi Echo 62 via Papa 60 for Speedbird 374.
Blagnac Sol, bonsoir, Air France 76, Mike Hotel à Airbus 319, porte Echo 40, information Hôtel, de mon nom mise en route FR pour 2 calls s'il vous plaît.
Air France 76, Mike Hotel, Blagnac Sol, bonsoir. L'information hôtel est correcte, autorisé pour 2 Gaulle, piste 6 Bravo, piste 32 droite, montée initiale 70 et transpondeur 1000.
Et mise en route approuvée, piste 6 Bravo, la 32 droite, montée 70, transpondeur 1000, Air France 76, Mike Hotel, merci.
76 Mike Hotel, relecture correcte.
Merci, merci.
Toulouse ground, Easy 1769, hello, good evening, radio check please.
Easy 1769, loud and clear.
Echo 62.
Easy 1769 with information hotel, requesting IFR clearance to Menorca.
Easy 1769, information hotel is currently to Menorca, Perpignan 6 Bravo departure runway 32 right, initial climb flight level 70 and squawk 5665.
Clear to destination Menorca via the Papa Golf 6 Bravo departure route from runway 32 right. Initially climb is flight level 70 and squawk 5665. Easy 1769er.
Easy 1769er, read back correct.
So I actually met the guy that made this scenery. Had actually had dinner with him. Had like a group dinner at Expo last year. Alrighty, I'll let them up. Shut them down.
Blagnac, Sol, Air France 22, Roméo Juliette, on est prêt pour la mise en route et repoussage.
Air France 22, Roméo Juliette, la mise en route et le repoussage approuvé face au sud, QNH 1014.
QNH 1014, mise en route et repoussage approuvé face au sud, merci Air France 22, Roméo Juliette.
Oh no shit. Parking slides disarmed. Engines off, seatbelts off, exterior lights are set, ice protection's off, fuel pumps are off, yellow electric pump is off, chalk signal is received, parking brake is on. Alright, we're going to let everybody get off the airplane, and then we're going to head over to hangar so we can get this airplane painted up.
Blagnac Sol, Air France 376 Mike Hotel, porte Eco 40 pour mettre en route et repoussage. On a le trafic, porte Eco 42 routière.
En 76 Mike Hotel, le repoussage mise en route approuvé face au sud, QNH 1014.
That was fun, but it was a challenge, especially getting out of Heathrow. Shit. I tell you now. I tell you. Gotta figure out what fucking hangar I'm going to. Ah, found it. We'll probably taxi to it, shut down prior to it, and then get towed inside. That's what I think will work best. Oh man. Oh. Hopefully weather radar will be added soon for the Fenix. I don't have much hope for that. It's a limitation by the sim. The weather radar is, well, the weather data is owned by MediaBlue, which is then injected into the sim. And because Microsoft doesn't own that data, they can't open the weather data API to developers, because that would be essentially sharing another entity's data. What they could do, though, is like Active Sky Next does allow, like, they open their weather API up, so developers like Fenix could use Active Sky Next's weather data and inject that into radar. But I haven't heard anything that they're going to be doing that, so I wouldn't get your hopes up. They're trying to work it out where they can do that, though, for 2024. Greaser butter. I don't think it was as butter as I wanted it to be. I'm gonna say it's probably around 200. But let's find out. Oh God, way worse. Negative 262. So one thing I noticed, compared to the 321, like as soon as I went idle at 40 feet, which you shouldn't go idle until it says retard, but with the 321 and the 320, I go idle around 40 feet, and it seems to work pretty well. But this airplane, it just falls. I noticed as soon as I went idle, like that, the descent rate increased. When are you using the new Boeing throttle? Well, Roger Dodger, I guess when this airplane gets old, for one. Like I essentially spent $950 on a throttle, and I could care less to use it right now because this $40 airplane is out. I do have a slight issue with the spoiler lever, that I got to get that figured out with the manufacturer. I've been emailing them. He gave me a few things to do. I just haven't done it yet because I've been out of town, a leadership conference, and then these airplanes came out and I've been flying them. But yeah, as soon as this shit gets old, then I'll be flying with the Boeing throttle. Another leg this evening, or is that it? So there's going to be another leg. So what we're going to do is, once we're done deplaning and getting all the bags off and stuff, I'm not going to be connected to VATSIM when I do this, but we're going to taxi over to a hangar, get towed in. Then we're going to take a break, and I'm going to switch to basically a different airplane, but the kind of the role that we're playing is that we're having this airplane painted into a different livery, and then we'll fly it back over and head back to Heathrow. So that's the plan. That's why we're leaving the APU running, is for that reason. And in fact, we'll come here, dismiss. We can pull that because we're not going to need it. Man, look at this airplane. Ah, I just love it. I'm so excited to have something different than a damn 320. Cannot wait to get sharklets on the 321. I'm going to be flying the shit out the 321. No. Alright, so they're pulling everything away. I guess once those last bags off the back are pulled. I love flying into France, better ATC and charts than the UK. Flying back to Heathrow for next leg, yep. And how old do you have to be to intern as a dispatcher for a company? Isn't the same age 23? I don't know. I don't know if interning is a big thing. I know it is a thing. I talked to some recruiters at Sun and Fun this past year to try to find out who has apprenticeships specifically. And some did mention having an internship, but I don't know what that age is or any of that. I'd never even heard of it until I talked to him, to be honest. Alright. Toggle the jetway, get that out of here. Ok, c'est Zugus. Bonjour, au revoir. So the airplane's probably going to ding some stuff at us. And that is because we don't have anything entered into the McDo for V-speeds and stuff like that. Do you have a tutorial on how to use SimBrief as a flight dispatcher alike with real numbers, etc.? Actually, I do. Oh yeah, there was that's interesting. I'm glad that they put this out because I didn't. This is new. They don't usually tell you. We're gonna go face east. I knew they were updating it because it said there was an update, but when I tried to update GSX, it said something along the lines of like server maintenance, some shit you couldn't update it right now. But anyways, yeah, there's actually a playlist on my channel of dispatch-related content. In fact, I believe the headlining video that I have talks about like how to plan fuel like a real dispatcher, that kind of stuff. So right now we're just gonna reposition the airplane over towards the hangar, and then we're gonna tow it in. And then I think actually what I might do is I may not do the second leg. I'm thinking I might do that for the red eye tonight. 'cause I only slept for 4 hours and I'm getting quite tired. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it through another leg. So I think we'll do the second leg of this on the red eye. And that'll give me a chance too to make another thumbnail. It didn't turn me very east. How long did it take to get your ThrottleTech Airbus box from ordering to receiving? I went with Flight Sim PM. I didn't do ThrottleTech because Flight Sim PM's lead times were like 3 months faster than ThrottleTech. But it took me about a month. Once it was done, it shipped fast as fuck. And I didn't pay for expedited shipping either. Mo, I'm sorry, dude. Now I see you wanted to join. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. The red eye will probably usually average between midnight and 1 a.m. Eastern time, just after the girlfriend goes to sleep and all that shit. Yeah, I'm just I am quickly running out of energy. Let's see. I'm gonna grab that video for you. But yeah, I have a whole playlist on dispatch stuff. Some of them are live streams, some of them are pre-recorded. So you might have to kind of find like the dispatch talking portion in some of the streams. But I think most of them I'll have it like time stamped, so it's easier to find. Yeah, JJ, I'm looking at like between midnight and 1 a.m. is typically when it starts. I'll try to get as much prep done as I can, so that I can get live earlier. All right, we're going to single engine taxi empty. Yep, Airbus Flight Sim PM as well. Everything I have is Flight Sim PM. I forgot what the easiest way over there is. Yeah, I kind of want to give like a little bit of time as well. You know, to kind of like, some time's gone by, airplane was getting painted the entire time, all that stuff. I think we're gonna go past those belugas over there. Being around 2:30, 2:45 sounds good. I'll probably be live. Everything takes so long when going live streaming. Like you can, when you wanna like just fly, you can just jump in the sim, fire shit up, get going. But like when it comes to streaming, man, there's so much stuff to set up. At least if you want like a good production quality, I guess. It's kind of an incredible facility they got over here in Toulouse. It's massive. Hang on, that might be my hangar that actually went over there to the right. I think that's going to be it. There's two of them that I've been looking at. There's this, yeah, I think this was the one. Because I had these things, whereas I was looking at another one over here. I don't want a giant one. It's just not super duper realistic. So I'll come to this one. I think we'll do the other one instead. And that's where I got my screenshot too, so. My beacon turn on. Toga. Yeah, windows open and everything. Alright, shut down one. We'll extend those flaps. And just to make shit look cool, gear doors open as well. Dun 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 dun. Where the hell is? I don't remember where the rat. I don't even know what I just did. Oh well. Ah, duh. Rat is out. Looks like we're taking this airplane into maintenance / paint kind of thing. Oh shit, I don't get a damn tug showing. I can do this shit without this. I don't need that. Just use the damn iPad. That sucks. I thought it was gonna give me a whatchamadoodle tug. This is not easy. Well, this is immersion breaking. Alright, bitch. It won't go right. Oh well. All right. We'll put this sucker completely to bed. The scenery looks awesome. Yeah, man, I agree. I have dispatched quite a number of brand new A320 Neos out of this airport to Keflavik, Iceland, and then continued on to Detroit. It's part of my special project as a dispatch manager is to handle all of our new aircraft deliveries. But lately we've been taking them from Mobile, Alabama and Hamburg, Germany. All 321 Neos. So, well guys, hope you enjoyed this flight. Again, if you're going to be around tonight for the Wrong Side Red Eye, we're going to jump into the new livery after the airplane is painted, and we'll head back, repo the airplane back up to London Heathrow. Actually, we might even taxi it from here to the gate, pick up some passengers, and make some money on our way back to Heathrow. But should be a good time. Don't know an exact time on that, but it's likely going to be between 1 a.m. or midnight and 1 a.m. Eastern time. If I can go earlier than that, then we'll definitely go earlier. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Wrong Side Simulations. And until later on tonight, as always, be good or be good at it. Keep it on the wrong side, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.